In Acts 1, the disciples see Jesus, and then in the next moment, they see just cloud. They see dimly again. We might have that powerful experience, but it doesn't last forever. Thomas Merton was a monk who lived in Louisville, Kentucky. And then one time when he was out running errands, doing the ordinary things that were necessary to keep the monastery going, he had an unexpected and profound experience. He was standing on this ordinary street corner in Louisville, surrounded by the hustle and bustle of the city. And all of a sudden, he felt this kind of amazing sense of connection and love with his surroundings, with the people who passed him. He felt a sense that he wasn't connected from those other people walking by, people he'd never seen before, but like he was connected to them. He saw them shining like the sun as they passed him, and he could see the beauty of their hearts behind all the things that can cloud it, all the judgments that he might, in a more normal time, might, in spite of himself, make. He wished that he could express to them how God loved them. He wished he could feel that feeling of love and connectedness that he felt in that moment all the time. And he wished that all of us could see each other that way all the time. But that powerful experience doesn't last forever. It's hard to maintain. Most of the time, there's cloud. We see through a mirror dimly. Sometimes we might even feel love dimly. In Acts, the disciples stand looking up at that cloud, not seeing the Jesus who had changed their lives, not being able to see him anymore. And it's while they're gazing up at the sky, wanting to hold on to the memory, wanting the power of that experience to last, it's while they're looking up that two angels appear to them, angels they might have missed. The angels ask, "Why do you stand looking up toward heaven?" They assure them that they'll see Jesus again, but now, why look up at the sky? Look around. This is the beginning of the book of Acts, which means that this is the scene that kind of opens the book into all that follows. What comes soon after this is Pentecost, which we celebrate next week. The day when the Spirit comes like wind and like fire, not to people who have it all figured out, but to those same disciples who were looking up to the sky, not getting it. What comes soon after is Pentecost, the day when the church is born, not in some ideal place in the distance, but right there where they were. Why do you stand looking up toward heaven? The angels ask them. The Spirit comes not when they're looking at the sky, but when they're engaged in what's around them. When there's cloud, they're to wait for the gift, to wait on the Spirit. And they're to witness, they're to share what they've seen, to let it shape them in the present moment too.